Hey guys, we are back with another Knowledgia video. This time, we are going back to the Balkans. Totally not crazy and messed up area. This time, the Second Balkan War, explained in 10 minutes. I don't know anything, pretty much, about the Balkans. At least modern Balkan history. We go back far enough, I can know some things. But, like I didn't know really anything about the First Balkan War, I don't know anything about the Second Balkan War. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. What's Bulgaria gonna do this time?
On the 30th of May, 1913, the First Balkan War ends. It lasted for almost 8 months. The conflict has brought even more poverty in the Balkans.
Well, that's not good.
The Balkan League achieved a great and historical success.
Oh, that's a pretty mean drawing there. Pretty mean. The Turks aren't gonna like that.
Against the Ottomans, a dynasty who ruled the region for centuries. The Ottoman Empire was almost expelled from continental Europe, losing important strategic points and cities. Among them was the historical city of Adrianople, the former Ottoman capital and one of the earliest conquests of the dynasty, centuries ago.
Oh, damn.
Their European lands were destroyed.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that city. I think in the first one I forgot about it, but yeah, I didn't realize how important the First Balkan War really was until he mentioned that context there. Damn.
Distributed between the winners, and Albania got its
really
independence.
big.
But even if this was a major success for each member of the Balkan League, one of them wasn't so satisfied.
God damn it, Bulgaria.
However, the good relations between the victorious Balkan allies quickly disappeared.
You just fought a war together, and now you already hate each other. Actually, probably already hated each other during the war. That's the Balkans for you.
And this was due to the division of some lands, especially in Macedonia. During the pre-war negotiations that had resulted in the establishment of the Balkan League, Serbia and Bulgaria signed a secret agreement on the 13th of March, 1912, which determined their future boundaries, in effect sharing northern Macedonia between them. During the war, the Serbs succeeded in capturing an area far south of the agreed border. At the same time, a major goal for the Bulgarians was to capture the important port of Thessaloniki, but the Greeks advanced north, occupying the city and establishing a common Greek border with Serbia. When Bulgaria called upon Serbia to honor the
Yo, Serbia, move a little west, as we agreed, okay? Okay?
war agreement over northern Macedonia, the Serbs displeased at the great powers requiring them to give up their gains in northern Albania. But Balkan forces were required to leave the territory of the new Albanians.
Message from great powers. Retreat your armies from this land. This is Albania. The new state.
These problems ended the Serbo-Bulgarian alliance. Seeing Bulgaria as a potential threat, Serbia started negotiations with Greece, a country that also had reasons to be concerned about Bulgarian intentions.
Sounds like the Bulgarian army just sucked and couldn't accomplish what they were wanting to do, whereas their allies accomplished more. Therefore, they should get the land that they got, because they did more things.
Just 28 days before the Bulgarian attack, Greece and Serbia signed a secret defensive alliance, confirming the current demarcation line between the two occupation zones as their mutual border, and concluding an alliance in case of an attack from Bulgaria or from Austria-Hungary. The Tsar of Bulgaria, Ferdinand, desired the creation of a new Bulgarian expanded state. In 1912, Ferdinand joined the other Balkan states in an
big area. I should delete this video after saying that. No, that was bad.
Assault on the Ottoman Empire to free occupied territories. He saw this war as a new crusade, declaring it a just, great, and sacred struggle of the cross against the crescent. Considering their numbers and their actions, Bulgaria contributed.
Dude has a lot of fucking medals. What the fuck? How many? Jesus Christ, dude.
The most, and also lost the greatest number of soldiers. The great powers insisted on the creation of an independent Albania. In the original documents for the Balkan League, Serbia and Greece had been pressured by Bulgaria to hand over most of Macedonia after they had freed it from Turkish rule. However, Serbia and Greece, responding to popular protest, said that they would keep the possession of the territories that their forces had occupied. In 1912, Bulgaria's national aspirations, as expressed by Tsar Ferdinand and the military leadership around him, exceeded the provisions of the 1878 Treaty of San Stefano, considered even then as maximalistic, since it included both eastern and western Thrace, and all Macedonia, with Thessaloniki, Edirne, and Constantinople. A big dream for him, seen like a fantasy by others, was to be crowned in Constantinople, but the big plan failed after the Ottomans managed to hold their positions very close to their capital. By doing so, Constantinople wasn't conquered. By
Ambitious
mid-June,
man.
Bulgaria
I respect it. Gotta respect the ambition.
had become aware of the agreement between Serbia and Greece in case of a Bulgarian attack. On the 27th of June, Montenegro announced that it would side with
What a pal. Montenegro is a true pal. Look at
Serbia in the event of a Serbian-Bulgarian war. One day after, Romania officially warned Bulgaria that it would not remain neutral in a new Balkan war. Russia tried to stop the upcoming conflict.
Can you just stop? Bulgaria. Serbia? Hello?
But Russian diplomats realized that the Bulgarians had already decided to go to war with Serbia. As skirmishing continued in Macedonia, and the tension got higher and higher, for many it was clear that a new war is about to begin. On the 29th of June, the Bulgarian High Command, under the direct control of Tsar Ferdinand, ordered Bulgarian troops to start a surprise attack against both the Serbian and Greek positions.
No formal declaration of war?
Without declaring war, and to dismiss any orders contradicting the attack order. It's believed that the Tsar did that without notifying the government. The next day, the government put pressure on the general staff to order the army to cease hostilities, which caused confusion and loss of initiative and failed to remedy the state of undeclared war. Consequently, although the Bulgarian army had a
Each infantry division had 3 brigades of 2 regiments, 1 regiment composed of 4 battalions, 1 battalion composed of 6 heavy companies, 1 heavy company composed of 250 men, 1 independent battalion, 2 large artillery regiments, 1 cavalry regiment, giving a grand total of 25 very heavy infantry battalions and 16 cavalry companies per division.
Around 600,000 men, mobilizing in the beginning of the First Balkan War, there were only 9 organizational divisions, giving a divisional strength closer to an army corps than to a division. Tactical necessities during and after the First Balkan War.
Not a military historian, and especially, more modern military. Don't really know much about it.
Modified this original structure. A new 10th Division was formed, using 2 brigades from the 1st and 6th Divisions, and an additional 3 independent brigades were formed from new recruits. Also, their heavy structure remained. In the other team, the Greek army of Macedonia had also 9 divisions, but the total number of men under arms was only 118,000. Another decisive factor affecting the real strength of the divisions between the opposing armies was the distribution of artillery. The 9-division-strong Greek army had a total of 176 guns, and the 10-division-strong Serbian army 230. The Bulgarians had 1,116, a ratio of 6-to-1 against the Greeks, and 5-to-1 against the Serbian army. The main Bulgarian attack was planned against the Serbs with their 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th armies,
Where's the second
while the
army?
2nd army was tasked with an attack towards Greek positions.
Bulgaria, you should have organized it 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. God.
Positions around
So lame,
Thessaloniki.
Bulgaria.
However, in the crucial opening days of the war, only the 4th Army
I'm just having shitty jokes today for this video. I'm sorry.
and 2nd Army were ordered to advance. This allowed the Serbs to concentrate their forces against the attacking Bulgarians and hold their advance. The 4th Bulgarian Army held a very important position, and they sought to conquer Serbia and Macedonia. The fighting started on the 29th to 30th of June, 1913. The 4th Bulgarian Army advanced and attacked Serbian positions, where 1st and 3rd Serbian armies were. A quick small success was followed by heavy Bulgarian losses in the 1st to the 3rd of July. The Serbs captured the whole 7th Division of the 4th Bulgarian Army without any fight. The attack was stopped and the offensive was pushed back. The Bulgarians dug into strong positions around the village of Kalamansi at the Brigolnica River. On the 18th of July, the Serbian Third Army attacked, and the Bulgarians resisted. The Bulgarians were outnumbered on the Greek front, and the low-level fighting soon turned into Greek attack. The Bulgarian forces were forced to withdraw from their positions north of Thessaloniki. The plan to quickly destroy the Serbian army in central Macedonia by concentrated attack turned out to be unrealistic, and the Bulgarian army started to retreat. The Bulgarian Second Army in southern Macedonia, commanded by General Ivanov, held a line from Dodrin Lake southeast to Kilkis, Lachanas. On the 26th of June, the Bulgarian army received orders to attack Greece and advance towards Thessaloniki. The Greeks stopped them, and by the 29th of June, a general counterattack started. At Kilkis, the Bulgarians were defeated and the Greek forces advanced. Then, on the 5th...
Man, the Bulgarian army it sounds like the Bulgarian army just sucks. Because it seems like they, at least visually, they have the numbers, even though actually, you know, there's 3 Serbians, 2 Greeks, and then 5 Bulgarians. So it looks equal, but based on size, and also just location of numbers, and from what it sounded like earlier, it sounded like as if Bulgaria has the numerical advantage over the Serbs and the Greeks. So, Bulgaria not doing good.
Of July, they captured Doiran, but were unable to cut off the Bulgarian retreating forces. On the 11th of July, the Greeks came in contact with the Serbs, and then pushed on up the Struma River. The Serbian front had become static. King Constantine, seeing that the Bulgarian army at his front had already been defeated, ordered the Greek army to march further into Bulgaria. Romania declared war on Bulgaria on the 10th of July.
Time for a gangbang.
And started to advance unopposed in southern Dobruja and across the Danube. On the 20th of July, they occupied Vratsa, 116 kilometers north of Bulgarian capital, Sofia. The capital was open to the invader, and the northwestern corner of the country was cut off and surrounded. The Romanian Air Force performed propaganda leaflet drops. Sofia became the first capital city in the world to be overflown by enemy aircraft. The lack of resistance...
Oh, that is interesting that of all things, that kind of thing happened in a localized war.
To the Romanian invasion convinced the Ottomans to invade the territories.
Yep, everyone's... What, is the ocean going to declare war on Bulgaria next? Or, well, not the ocean, the sea? Are they just going to start invading the Bulgarian coast? Huh? Might as well join in.
Seceded to Bulgaria. The main object of the invasion was the recovery of Adrianople, which was captured by the Turkish forces without resistance. The Ottoman forces carried out atrocities against the Bulgarians in eastern Thrace and expelled nearly all of them.
Turkey, why? Ottomans, why?
The odds were against Bulgaria by far. Encircled by enemies, their armies couldn't keep up. This situation was probably a result of poor management, aggressiveness in declaration, and willingness to go to war without taking into account the possible consequences. Bulgaria lashed out against its former allies, Serbia and Greece, with exhausted troops and a ludicrously optimistic strategy promoted by its impulsive Tsar Ferdinand. On the 10th of August, Bulgaria, Greece, Montenegro, Romania, and Serbia signed the Treaty of Bucharest. Macedonia was divided. Bulgaria thus enlarged its territory by 16% compared to what it was before the First Balkan War. Serbia almost doubled its size, and Greece expanded with
Big Serbia, goddamn.
Around 68%. Also, a separate peace with the Ottomans was made. Bulgaria lost Adrianople and eastern Thrace. Again, after this episode, Bulgaria will not be happy, and in 1915 will join the Central Powers. But this is a topic for another video. A big thank you.
So yeah, that was the Second Balkan War, explained in about 10 minutes. Slightly over 10 minutes, closer to 11. But that's okay. We like that. I thought this was pretty well done. Since I don't know anything about the Second Balkan War, I thought this was well made. Obviously, there are things probably, like this was definitely more Bulgarian focused and Bulgarian plan focused, and not so much, didn't look too much into the Greek or Serbian sides, and especially didn't really look much into the Ottomans or Romanians. They were just briefly mentioned. Same with the Montenegro. But I think it covered what it needed to, especially for like, you know, a 10-minute video. But yeah, I thought Knowledgia always does a good job in my opinion. I love them. They're a great channel. So yeah, that was the Second Balkan War explained in 10 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.